Students, happy and good morning to you all. Thank God for the new day. I pray that God's grace be upon us and keep us all safe and protected during the difficult times. Students, take supreme and sovereign care of yourself and see that you purely and perfectly follow the instruction of your dear parents. I greet and welcome each one of you to the class on commercial applications. Stay focused and grasp the concepts with first-class fineness. Make sure that you write down the additional points which I stress and repeat for easy understanding and good performance. Thank you. Thank you for being very smart and brilliant children. And thank you for being committed to do your good work. Thank you. The learning objectives for today's session are as follows. Students, we have to start with the point which you stopped in the previous session. We have to take up steps in selling process. There are about 7 processes which has got its own logical sequence. You must not miss it one after the other. And you also understand the acronym of AIDCAM, 8CAM. 8CAM is nothing for, 8CAM stands for attention, interest, desire, conviction, action, and more sales. With this, we end marketing totally, children, and then we move on to the fresh main chapter, understanding basics of finance, through the first unit under that chapter called GAAP, GAAP. GAAP stands for Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. We should know the introduction of it, meaning and purpose of accounting, general accounting according to AICPA, AICPA, American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, AICPA, AICPA. Third one is, under that is meaning of GAAP, need and significance of GAAP. Owing to time slot, we'll take up the recapitulation, children, and do the review exercise quickly. Let's move on to the first learning objective. Before that, let me tell you, children, remind you, please create a study routine for commercial children, and please block any sort of distractions. I want you all to understand and perform at your best consistently. Please. Thank you. Steps in personal selling process. The process of personal selling process includes one acronym called 8CAM. 8CAM is nothing but, it is an important acronym in selling process, personal selling process or salesmanship, which stands for attention, interest, desire, conviction, action, and more sales. Conviction. Other words are all easy to understand, children. Conviction is nothing but, children, please make a note, staying with purpose until you fulfill it. So you must stay with purpose. Most of you should have a conviction that you should get a high-class distinction this year. That you make it up, and then you can do it. God will bless you for that. So efforts and rewards are always there. First step. What are the 7 step, children? Let me tell you. First is the pre-sales preparation. Before we approach, we have to do the preparation. So pre-sales preparation. Second one is prospect. That means nothing but pre-approach. Third one is approaching. Fourth is presentation. Fifth is convincing. Sixth is closing the sale. And seventh one is after sale follow-up. It's very important, children. So let's start with pre-sales preparation. Pre-sales preparation, here you have to focus on, it is nothing but preparation, children. When I say preparation in sales, you have to do certain amount of research. Every sales representative, we call it a salesperson, should do a type of research, prepare. Pre-sales lays the groundwork for sales to succeed. So without preparation, no sales can succeed. You cannot have closing of sale done without having a preparation. So pre-sales preparation is very important. Even for your studies, children, follow this kind of sequence, you will be successful. So pre-sales lays the groundwork for sales to be successful. Every salesperson, we call it a sales representative or sales rep, should get themselves well acquainted with the product, marketing conditions, environment, techniques of selling, etc. Earlier I told you 3 things. Every sales representative should have good attitude, good appearance, and knowledge of the product. Same thing happens here. Salesperson should select the actual buyers, potential prospect buyers, on the basis of the taste, preferences, financial ability, etc. What is financial ability, children? Purchasing capacity. So affordability. Affordability or for purchasing capacity is called as financial ability. First is pre-sales preparation. Pre-sales preparation lays the groundwork for sales to succeed. Second one, Second one, we move on to prospecting. Prospecting in sales or personal selling is nothing but pre-approaching. Very important. Before you approach, you should have this prospecting done. Actually, it is the first step in sales process. Children, prospecting. Get to know these words. Children, prospecting, pre-approaching. The main thing which you can know, understand this, children, it aims to develop a database. You know what's database, children? Yes, information of actual customers, and then systematically communicating with them, with the buyers, with the hopes. So you should be hopeful, and you must start collecting the database and then do this prospecting called pre-approaching. Actually, this is the first step in sales process. Prospecting means locating and identifying the actual buyer by preparing a list of actual buyers with the help of dealers, salespersons, telephone and trade directories. Telephone and trade directories provide a lot of information about the businesses carried on small, large scale, medium scale, all this kind of businesses, details are given. So you first collect the database, do the pre-approaching prospecting, and then start approaching. Second important point for under prospecting is nothing but collect the information about the age, income, education, tastes, and preferences. So what happens here, you're going to create an ideal prospect profile. Prospecting is profile. You must create a profile. Please make a note, your children. And work on call lists, send emails, build social media, and also send relevant contents. You must be in touch with them. You're going to create an ideal prospect profile before you start approaching. The third step is approach, sales approach. Approach also means sales approach. Here what you do, you will have a consultative or need-based selling approach. Consultative. Make an act of selling much more effective and reliable. So you're going to do. What happens now, you see, sales approach. Sales representative, salespersons make face-to-face contact with the actual buyer, very important, person selling. Salesperson introduces himself and creates a good first impression. First impression is lasting impression. You must know this. First impression always is a lasting impression. So you must create a good impression. That means what happens here, children? You must be grabbing buyer's attention and opening the doors for more fruitful conversation, sales conversation. Some people may listen, may not pay attention, but you must be alert and you must find that out. You must grab the buyer's attention and then open the door to more fruitful sales conversation, not any other conversation. Then different kinds of sales representatives, every sales representative should know that. Sometimes pre-approach is very important because in B2B, that's business to business sales, a consultative approach is more important than selling. Selling, it means that means you're going to have a fruitful sales conversation so that you end up with a sale. You're going to get an order placed. Next, fourth one is sales presentation. Presentation is nothing but information, emanation, dissemination. Sales presentation, very important. You've seen some sales rep children, they come with a presentation, they come with a laptop or something like that, a kind of a thing. They say immediately they'll introduce themselves, they give their profiles, and then start presenting about their product, services, and ideas. This is nothing but pitching the sales. Pitching. Pitching the sales is nothing but sales presentation. Very important. Some people till approach, they may not be interested in your product service, but once you present, they'll get to know that, oh, it's very good. So it is, means sales presentation is a line of talk, children, that attempts to persuade someone or something. First one, salesperson tactfully demonstrate the products and explain its quality, utility, and performance, etc. They're going to explain so well, good command over English and whatever language the people speak, vernacular language, they must be conversant with it and then talk about it, about the product and services. Create, so that what you do here, create a connection between the product, service, and the prospect buyer. So three things happen. You're going to connect your product, service to the prospect buyers. Here what happens, salesperson presentation makes the sales relevant and build rapport. If the presentation is good, you can build a rapport very quickly. Salespeople explain how the product meets the needs of the buyers and creates interest. So important, children. Please make a note here. Here, uh, here you're going to use your showmanship presentation. Showmanship is very important. Animation, use of physical demonstration, use of graphics, all kind of techniques, technology. You're going to impress the prospect and then make him a potential actual buyer. The next one is convincing. See, one more point you can add, children. Business presentation is a full sales presentation. We call it as full sales presentation. People use webinars, seminars, etc. Convincing. Convincing is the most tricky part of sales representative children selling process. Salespeople, that means what you must understand and listen to them. First of all, listen to the buyers. Salesperson or representative convince the buyer with regard to the quality and durability of the product by clearing all doubts and objections. Clearing all doubt and objections without entering into any arguments with the buyer. So you should not lose your temper. You should be very tolerant. You should be you must have patience with the prospect. They'll ask a number of questions. You must understand and listen to prospect's objections first of all. You must never overrule the objections. Convince them that solution is the best way and give the best solution. You must avoid one thing, children. Please, sales representatives, it's good for them to avoid that blabbering, biz blabs and jargons and other emphasize and rather emphasize the uniqueness of the firm, the products, and the services. Sales persons correlates benefits of products with the buyer. That means what? You're going to set the sales benefits of the product to the buyer, make the benefits concrete. That is what I want to tell you. Make the benefits concrete without blabbering about any other things. So you must not blabber about the products. You must have the concrete, solid points with you so that you can capture the mind and convince them. Convincing is very important, children, because it is a stage where you can close a sale. Before you close a sale, you must convince. Before convincing, you must present. Before presenting, you must approach. Before approach, you must pre-approach. Before pre-approach, you must prepare. Pre-sales, prepare. Convincing. Next one, we are going to close the sale. Very important. Closing the sale is nothing but you're going to get an order. Please, successfully, fruitfully. How to get an order now? You must understand. For example, it is a sales sense springs from real estate. I have seen children, real estate people, even those LIC people, they talk so much and get a policy. Real estate people also, once they come in contact with you, they will see that the closing of sales takes place. But the closing is final step of transaction. That means making a sale. Closing a sale, you can also write, children, making a sale. Making a sale is very important. It means achievement of desired outcome for the sales rep. So they're going to be happy about the fruitful outcome, result, exchange of money, and acquisition of signature. So acquisition of signature, product, services, everything. Oh, the order is kept and order is placed now. They're going to get an order. Yes, fine for the company and fine for themselves also because they're going to get some perquisites and benefits. Sales representatives conclude the sale by obtaining the consent, agreement, acceptance of the buyer, and to know when to close the sale. Salesperson assures the buyer that he had made a wise choice. So it's called pitching solutions, not just product, overcome objections and negotiations. Everything is done. You have to overcome objections. You must also take the negotiations and see that you're on the safer side. Salespersons carefully pack and deliver the products and expects repeated sales. So very most important thing, children, here is closing properly means that you're going to create a difference between winning the business or not. That is the main point. When you close a sale, you must be very careful that you win the business but not lose the business. Trust is the most influential factor, children, here to close a deal. Deal or no deal. So deal depends on the trust, and trust is the most influential factor when you close a sale. Soon after closing a sale, after sale service follow up is also very important. All the things you do for the provision of services, support, and even spare parts after making a sale is very important. You must go and visit. I've seen the Xerox people in our school coming often and finding out what does the school require in terms of Xeroxing, photocopying, etc. They all come and ask. So that's very important. So whenever you want to buy another type of Xerox machine, newer one, we can go to those companies only. Salespersons ensure that the product solid solidly satisfy the customer. Means completely satisfy the customer. It's a right word. Solidly satisfy the customer. Follow-up action helps to win the trust and faith of the buyer. Very important. Sometimes they say, thank you, let's keep in touch. It's very important, children. Let's keep in touch is very important. For example, provision of machines, motors vehicles, etc. All these are very important. So you must make sure that you got a better follow-up sale soon after closing the sale. Before closing the sale, you must have convincing capacity. Before convincing capacity, you must have a sales presentation, approach, pre-approach, and pre-sales. There are 7 points. Quickly, we'll move on to the qualities of a good salesman. I tell you what all qualities required. First of all, physical. Yes, definitely. Please make a note. Physical, psychological, character, technical, and social quality. A good salesman should possess the following qualities. Qualities. Make a correction there, children. Typing error. First one. Physical qualities. Good appearance, very important. How you look, your face, posture, admirable, pleasing, very important. Cheerfulness, happy, and when you're happy, it itself is optimistic. Good health, etc. That is physical qualities. Number of things you can add on, but few things I've noted here. Then psychological qualities, mental, means related to mind, patience and presence of mind, judgment, analytical thinking. What is analytical thinking, children? Please make a note here. Logical reasoning. And then adaptability, means adjusting capacity, should be very, very important. Then character quality, sincerity, loyalty, courage, maturity. Character. Courage is nothing but bravery. Maturity is nothing but a person uses wisdom before action, not action before wisdom. Put wisdom first and then do the action. Maturity, sense of maturity. Many of you are lacking in that, we know that. Please, you must have sense of maturity also. Then, technical qualities, product knowledge, knowledge of the buyer, knowledge of the producer, selling techniques, etc. All qualities of the technical quality. Then social quality, very important. Well-mannered, conversation skill, you must know vernacular languages, skills, abilities, tactfulness, courteous. Courteous is nothing but polite and respectful, etc. All these are important. What are the main qualities, children, under which you can put some points? First main point is physical quality. Second one is psychological. Third one is character. Fourth one is technical. Fifth one is social qualities. Children, with this we end the chapter on marketing. Now we are going to move on to the first important, the most important introductory part of next main chapter, generally accepted accounting principles. Generally accepted accounting principles. Today I will just give the introduction and the meaning and purpose of accounting, children, because owing to time slot I should catch up to the time, and let me see how much I can start. So we are now moved on to the next chapter, generally accepted accounting principles, called as GAAP. What are these principles? Principles are nothing but theories, concepts, ideas, postulates, but generally accepted means worldwide acceptance of accounting principles, called as GAAP. Very important. When you do accounting, you must follow these principles, rules, theories, concepts, ideas, postulates, etc. Children, let me start by telling you, in world today, accounting is used by everyone, and a good understanding of it is useful to all. You must know, accounting is used to maintain systematic record of all the financial transactions in a book of accounts. It can happen at home, it can happen in a marketplace, it can happen in schools, colleges. So very important, accounting. Accounting is done by everyone in the world and on earth. Accounting helps the decision makers of the company to make effective choices, children, by providing information and financial status of the business. So you must understand. I'll give a brief history of accounting, children. Accounting is a very popular word for Mesopotamians, ancient civilizations, Mesopotamians, Egyptians, and Babylonians. They were very famous in counting money and keeping record, and also doing this audit system, checking of accounts. So which are the three ancient civilizations that start with, children? Mesopotamian, Egyptians, and Babylonians. So these three civilizations, these are history of accounting is tens of thousands of years old, children, traced to the ancient civilization, Mesopotamia, Egyptians, and Babylonians. So you should now move on to a very important person. You cannot miss this person, name, and details about when you start doing accounting or bookkeeping. So accounting as a language of finance. In order to understand accounting, children, efficiently, it is important to understand the aspects of accounting. The aspects of accounting is very much contributed by a very important Italian monk, Italian mathematician. He's a priest, religious person called Luca Pacioli. Luca Pacioli. So you must understand this, children. Luca Pacioli is very important. I'll just show you the picture. Before I give the introduction, you must understand this. We are into GAAP. Here is Luca Pacioli, and he is a monk, is a religious priest, so that you must understand. He is recognized to be the father of accounting and accounting education. So who is considered to be the father of accounting and accounting education? It is Luca Pacioli. Luca Pacioli is a Italian mathematician also, as well as an accountant. Was born in France and brought up as an Italian during the 15th century. 15th century is rightly about 1447 AD, children. Who is the father of accounting education? Immediately you must mention great Luca Pacioli. He is also an Italian mathematician. And one more point, children. He is a collaborator of Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo, the great critic of the world. Leonardo da Vinci, a great person, and he is a collaborator of that. So never forget Luca Pacioli, recognized as the father of accounting education. So, so you must understand. Now let us go to the meaning and purpose of accounting. I just give the meaning, children. Accounting is a process. When I say process, it's a methodical process. It's also called the art and science of recording, classifying, summarizing, and interpreting the transactions and events of an organization in terms of money. So, what is accounting, children? Accounting is a process, action, activity of recording, classifying, summarizing, and interpreting the transactions and events of an organization in terms of money. Now, what is recording? Recording is nothing but putting the events, transactions in a systematical order, chronological order. Classifying means breaking them to different types of accounts: salary account, postage account, furniture account, like that. You're going to classify them. Summarizing is nothing but, summarizing means you're going to give the main points, and interpretation is nothing but you're going to explain the meaning of any information on actions. What is transaction, children? Please make a note. I'll be using this word transaction very, very often in this chapter. Transactions are nothing but instances of buying and selling. Transactions and events go together. What does a transaction even mean? Transaction means instances of buying and selling. Various instances. So it is a process of recording financial transaction. Accounting is a process of recording accounting financial transactions pertaining to the business. So you must understand. Now, accounting is science. It is called science because what is science, children? Science is nothing but systematized, organized body of knowledge. Because accounting is also systematized and organized body of knowledge. So accounting is science because it's based on well-defined principles, and it is an art because it also involves systematic application of knowledge of skills. So what to do is science, how well to do is art. Children, science, I told you, systematic and organized body of knowledge, yes, true. But what is an art? Art means expression of human skills and creativity. Both are put together to make up accounting. So accounting is very important. As I told you, once again, I tell you, today's today's world, accounting is used by everyone, and a good understanding of it is useful to all. And accounting is used to maintain systematic record of all financial transactions in books of accounts. Accounting helps decision makers of the company, even at home, to make effective choices by providing information on financial status of the business. So accounting is very important for you, for everybody, children. You must know this. So accounting is a process of recording, classifying, summarizing, interpreting of transactions, monetary transactions, and events of an organization in terms of money. So anything which any transaction ends with money has got accounting value. So it is a process of recording financial transactions pertaining to business. So I can even tell you accountancy acts as a language of finance. So what is called as language of finance? Accountancy. And to understand accounting efficiently, it is important to understand the aspects of accounting, which will be dealing with this chapter. What is that unit of chapter, the topic called as generally accepted accounting principles. Generally accepted accounting principles are nothing but GAAP. In short, we put it as GAAP. So owing to time slot, let me go through the review learning objectives today, children. We have seen the steps in learning process with an acronym AID-CAM: attention, interest, desire, conviction, action, and more sales. Then we took up the importance of GAR, and also we have seen the good qualities required by a salesperson or sales representative, sales manager, whatever, under sales department. Then we started with the next new chapter. We took up the introduction only to the children, and I gave you the meaning and purpose of accounting. I will again do once again, children, we're keeping in mind the definition given by ICPA. What does ICPA stand for? ICPA stands for American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. And Scotland is very popular for accountants, children. In India, you must remember, children, Kumaramangalam, that Aditya Birla Group, he is considered to be the world's richest accountants also. Not only a world popular businessman, but also world's richest accountant. Is a very intelligent and brainy chap. We must be happy to have him as an Indian. So you must also know this, children, owing to time slot. Children, I need to close the session today again. Until then, let us stay safe. You must stay safe, protected, and motivated. Have a blessed days to come, children. God bless us. Thank you. Thank you.